Good morning to one and all present here. Today we'll start with the same topic, agriculture. And yesterday we discussed thoroughly about various crops, and particularly crops which we discussed. Those were, I guess, all food crops, which included rice, wheat, millets, as well as we discussed about maize and pulses also. So all these crops we discussed. Hai na? Today we're going to, am I right? Or something else also we have discussed? Something else also we have discussed. Have we discussed other crops other than food crops? So today we are going to start with next crop, which we generally call it as plantation crops. So I'm going to start with this. If you have any doubt regarding anything, kindly ask. Otherwise, I'm proceeding with next crop. These crops are plantation crops. So first plantation crop, that is sugarcane. Sugarcane is one of the plantation crops which require full-fledged one year for its growth. It is a tropical as well as subtropical crop. Tropical crop means a crop which grows in high temperature, heavy rainfall. Subtropical means a crop which requires moderate to less temperature and moderate to less rainfall. So basically we say sugarcane need hot and humid climatic conditions. Condition should be hot also, condition should be humid also. And for the cultivation of sugarcane, temperature requirement is 21 to 27 degrees Celsius, and rainfall requirement automatically, that is from 75 to 100 centimeter. And prominent states, UP, Bihar, these are the prominent. Yesterday we made the map also showing sugarcane producing areas in north as well as in south. Secondly, prominent oil seeds, second prominent plantation crop, oil seeds. Oil seeds are the crops which are grown everywhere in India. North, south, east, west, in all directions oil seeds are grown, because again, why oil seeds are grown almost everywhere in India is just because everywhere we use oil seeds for cooking purpose. So we have groundnut oil, we have sesame oil, we have castor seed, we have mustard oil, we have coconut oil. So different kind of oil seeds we people grow. And then we have, I guess we have to start with the cultivation of tea. Next crop, that is beverage crop, mainly grown, name of the crop is tea, and tea is mainly grown in northeastern part of India. All of you can see the map. That is northeastern part of India, and the prominent state producing tea, that is Assam. This is a prominent state producing tea, as well as a second important state, that is West Bengal. Now look at the areas. First is Assam, and the second prominent area, that is West Bengal. Now West Bengal, when we talk about West Bengal, we have two prominent areas which are actually famous for the production of tea. These two prominent areas, all of you might have heard the name of a particular one area, that is Darjeeling. You might have heard this name. Second is Jalpaiguri, Darjeeling and Jalpaiguri. These are the two prominent areas of West Bengal famous for this crop, which we call it as a tea. Next we can say tea is also grown in the nearby areas. Nearby areas in the sense, even in West Assam, Meghalaya, tea is grown. Plain areas of West Bengal, tea is grown. Sikkim, hilly areas of Sikkim, even here, Himachal, hilly areas of Himachal, Uttarakhand, tea is also grown here. So it is a tropical as well as, and tea is also grown in southern part of India. Undoubtedly, tea grown in southern part of India, that is particularly we say Tamil, Kerala, tea is grown there also, but here we have Tamil, hilly areas of Tamil. If you are making a southern map of South India. So this area is also famous for the cultivation. This is Tamil and even some parts of Karnataka and Kerala also. These areas are also famous for the cultivation of tea. But the tea produced in this area is not of much quality as compared to Assam and West Bengal. So I repeat, tea primarily is grown in northeastern states, and the prominent area growing tea, that is Assam and West Bengal. Except this area, this region, tea is also grown in Bihar, hilly areas, West Bengal, this area, Meghalaya, even Himachal, Uttarakhand, and some parts of, not the prominent one at all, but some parts of Tamil, Kerala, and Karnataka. Tea is also grown there. It means what kind of climatic conditions it requires? It requires warm temperature. Warm, not very hot. Warm का मतलब ही है pleasant सा. It's not very hot and it's not at all cold area. So it need warm temperature. And if you're talking about soil, you can see all these areas are primarily a hilly area. So what kind of soil it requires? It requires deep, well-drained soil. Means पानी खड़ा नहीं होना चाहिए उसमें. It should be well-drained soil, and the soil should be rich in humus. Rich in humus कहाँ होगी? Automatically, where we have more vegetation, more organic matter is more. And if you are talking about rainfall, tea require frequent shower. Frequent shower means continuously there should be rainfall. But rainfall should not be very high. But सारा साल हल्की फुल्की बारिश होती रहनी चाहिए. And mountainous areas are such areas where it occurs. And very important point regarding tea, that is, it is labor intensive industry. Labor intensive farming. So tea cultivation is totally a labor intensive farming where the work is done by labor. Always keep it in your mind. For the cultivation of tea, we require skilled labor, and skilled labor, as well as we require the labor which has certain kind of patience. So tea cultivation is mainly confined in northeastern states, Assam, West Bengal, and enough labor is available there. Next, we can say, as I already told you, tea cultivation come under plantation agriculture. And plantation, yesterday we discussed thoroughly. Plantation means where single crop is grown in a year. Pure saal mein we are growing just one crop. And that's why this cultivation of tea is basically done wherever we have large tea estates. Large tea estates means bade khet we are having. So done by the rich farmers. So plantation agriculture, first point. Second point, we can say it is grown in tropical as well as subtropical area. Third point, we can say it requires warm temperature and it requires rainfall almost throughout the year, but frequent showers of rainfall it requires. Next, we can say it is intensive, labor intensive farming, labor intensive industry, and done by rich farmers because it's grown in a single crop, is grown in a single year. So done by the rich landlords. And the prominent areas we have discussed, Assam and West Bengal, and in West Bengal, the prominent area is Darjeeling and Jalpaiguri. Except these areas, Assam and West Bengal, tea is also grown in southern part of India, that is Kerala, Tamil, etc. Even in North, Himachal side, Uttarakhand side, tea is also grown here. Done? Any doubt? Any doubt? No doubt to any one of you? Are you listening? Not even a single feedback? Yes, thank you. Next crop which we are going to study in detail, that is coffee. So coffee is again the crop which require is a plantation crop, coffee. Now I have to make map here. Whatever maps we have done, yeah, we are doing finally side by side, do practice of all this because this is the best way to learn map. So here, next is crop is coffee. It is one of the plantation crop, and coffee is of two types. In India, we grow two types of coffee, Arabica and Robusta. Arabica and Robusta. And Arabica kind of coffee is good in quality, good in taste also. and it is also tropical as well as subtropical crop. It also requires the same climatic condition, that is warm and moist free climatic condition. Warm and frost free. Frost means कोहरा नहीं होना चाहिए. That's why it requires warm. कोई रट्टे लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. And next thing you can see, I have made southern part of India, that is Tamil, Karnataka and Kerala. Or we can say wherever these three boundaries, land boundaries meet with each other, where we have Nilgiri Hills, that area is best for the cultivation of coffee. And it is a warm area, it is situated close to equator, and it is on a hilly area, so automatically it is a warm area. And frost free climatic condition, here we can't afford to have frost, क्योंकि ये ठंडा वाला area नहीं, it's not a winter area, so frost free area we are having here. Next we have soil, the same, just like tea, same conditions यहाँ पे भी है. Coffee require this soil that should be well drained soil. So again, hilly area. It is also a labor intensive industry. Labor intensive industry means here main work is done by labor. So coffee, just like in the for this case of coffee, leaves are plucked, here coffee berries are there, that is done. So this area is basically known as Nilgiri Hills. Nilgiri Hills are famous for the cultivation of coffee, and we have two kind of coffee, Arabica and Robusta. And in India, the prominent type of coffee is Arabica. This is also a plantation crop, just like tea, just like other plantation crop. It is also labor intensive. It also requires warm and frost-free climatic conditions, and well-drained soil it requires. Hanji, any doubt? If you have any doubt, if you have any question, kindly ask. All of you clear with this? All of you clear with this? Okay. Okay, that's good. Next we have non-food crop. Non-food crop में सबसे पहले we are going to do about next crop, that we call it as a rubber. So next crop is rubber. That is a non-food crop. Non-food crop means a crop which we can't eat. It's not at all a food crop. So first is a rubber, that is totally a equatorial crop. Equatorial crop is clear from the name, the crop which is grown. Or we say equatorial crop means वैसी crop जिसकी climatic conditions कैसी होंगी, that would be very high temperature it need and heavy rainfall also it require. So equatorial का मतलब ये है, it require high temperature and heavy rainfall. That kind of crop is known as equatorial crop, and rubber is one of such equatorial crop. It is grown in tropical and subtropical area. If you are talking about rubber, map of rubber, now look at the map. It is grown in tropical as well as subtropical region. So that's why the prominent area undoubtedly, that is this prominent area undoubtedly is this area, that is Kerala, Karnataka particularly. Except this, rubber is also grown in Meghalaya. So two prominent areas we have, because rubber is a tropical as well as subtropical crop. It is grown in southern part of India because it is an equatorial crop. It is grown in southern part of India, that you can see here, Kerala, Karnataka, and it is also grown in northeastern states of India, that is Meghalaya. And next we have rubber is a crop which requires moist and humid climatic conditions. Moist and humid climatic conditions, now I don't have to tell you. Here in Kerala, south of India, rainfall is here. Meghalaya, it is world famous area. So moist and humid climatic conditions are available here. That's just because Kerala, south coastal area, marine influence, and Meghalaya, we know, heaviest rainfall of the world. And if we are talking about temperature, I guess it is a common sense. Temperature requirement is more higher, on a higher side. That's why Kerala, equatorial area, or we can say temperature requirement here, that is more than 25 degrees Celsius. Or we can say around, as I always say, or around 27 degrees Celsius, yeah, more than 25 degrees Celsius temperature it needs. And if you are talking about rainfall, this is a crop which requires very heavy rainfall. So very heavy rainfall, that is more than 200 centimeter of rainfall. And if you remember, we have done in 9th standard. Whole of this area, northeastern states, amount of rainfall is high. That is 200 centimeter. And same western parts of Western Ghat, here Kerala, again amount of rainfall is high. That is near about more than 200 centimeter. So nothing to cram here also. Rubber is a crop which requires high temperature, moderate warm temperature, as well as rainfall. It needs more than 200 centimeter. And if you are talking about soil, soil well drained, soil it needs, and it also needs skilled labor. Just like tea, just like coffee, rubber also require skilled labor. And if you are talking about the areas, the prominent areas, here we have, as I already mentioned here, this is Kerala. Then we have, here we have Karnataka, this area, Tamil. Whole of this area is basically famous for the cultivation of rubber. And here we have Meghalaya. So these areas we have plantation or cultivation or availability of rubber. I repeat, rubber is an equatorial crop. Second, it grows in tropical as well as subtropical area. Third, it needs moist and humid climatic condition. Fourth, here temperature requirement is more than 25 centimeter. Fifth point is rainfall requirement, that is more than 200 centimeter. And it requires well-drained soil. It requires skilled labor. And rubber is found in southern part of India primarily, as well as in Meghalaya. Except these areas, we have islands also, like Andaman Nicobar Islands, where rubber is also grown. Because again, Andaman and Nicobar, why? Equatorial area. So equatorial area means temperature is high, means rainfall is also high. Any doubt in this? Please ask. Any doubt in this? Okay, I am proceeding with the next crop, that is fiber crop, fiber, dhaga. Basically, we have in India two crops which we call it as a fiber crop. One is cotton and the second one is jute. So I'm going to make map also side by side. Again, I repeat, it's for every one of you. Do maps just to avoid or to do practice which you people missed, I guess so. So we have, first of all, we will do about cotton and then we will do about jute. So first, prominent area producing cotton, always keep this thing in your mind. We have two prominent area. One is Gujarat and the second one is Maharashtra. These are the prominent areas where cotton is grown. It's in Gujarat, and now I'm shading Gujarat area. And second prominent area or another area, that is Maharashtra. So all these areas, this is Gujarat and this is Maharashtra. Prominent area except this. Cotton is also grown in other areas, so we will proceed side by side. First is cotton. It is a kharif crop. Always keep this thing in your mind. Cotton is a kharif crop. And again here, nothing to cram. From the areas, you can well imagine these areas are basically a tropical area. And if it is a tropical area, so automatically what kind of crop? We can grow here kharif. Rabi to nahi ho sakti. Why not Rabi? Because we don't have winter season in south of Tropic of Cancer. South में winter नहीं होता है. That's why in south we don't have a Rabi crop, but basically we have kharif crop. So first point, cotton is a kharif crop. Second point is for the development, for the growth of cotton, time requirement is 6 to 8 months. Means cotton requires minimum 6, maximum 8 months for its growth. And very important, which all of you know, that is soil. Okay, this area is having black soil. Now here question can be asked, why black? Because in this region is formed due to volcanic eruption. So formed due to volcanic eruption, so automatically means what? This area is rich in black soil. Rich in black soil, and black soil is best for the cultivation of cotton. Next we can say As already I have talked about it, that southern part of India temperature is automatically high here. So high temperature requirement is here as well as heavy rainfall. For the growth of cotton, we need more rainfall, we need more temperature. I repeat, for the growth of rainfall, we need more temperature as well as more rainfall. And very important point which all of you should keep it in your mind and nothing to cram here, that it is a coastal area. So coastal area, so automatically what does it mean? Here winters तो नहीं है. So it needs, for the growth of cotton, we require 210 frost free days. Now we should understand the meaning of frost. Frost means जब बहुत रात में सर्दी के टाइम जो वाटर वेपर्स है, वाटर ड्रॉपलेट्स है, वो फ्रीज हो जाती है, जम जाती है ऑन द लैंड, ऑन द ग्रीनरी. That is known as frost. So here in this region, Maharashtra and Gujarat, we need 210 frost-free days. And very important again, common sense based point, that is at the time of plucking of cotton balls, we need, at the time of harvesting, we need bright sunshine. बहुत धूप we need. बहुत ज़्यादा temperature should be extremely high. So it should not be a low temperature, या rainfall should not be there. Nothing should be there. Just क्या होना चाहिए? Bright sunshine. Why bright sunshine is required when we have to harvest the crop, or when we have to pluck the cotton balls? Because we know very well, जो कॉटन है वो धूप में ज्यादा खिलती है, उसका मॉइस्चर निकल जाता है, वो खिड़ जाती है. In the same way, when the time is there to harvest the cotton, या pluck the cotton balls from cotton plant, what is required? We require high temperature. If temperature would be higher side, if there will be bright sunshine, the quality of cotton would be good. It would be, it won't contain moisture. So moisture नहीं होगी तो quality of the cotton would be good. So this is all about cotton. I repeat, kharif crop. First point, second point, almost 6 to 8 months for its growth. Third point, soil, that is black soil. Fourth point, temperature, it requires high temperature, it requires heavy rainfall, and it requires 210 frost. It requires 210 frost-free days, and at the time of harvesting, there should be enough sunshine. Bright sunshine is required. Bright sunshine is required. And the prominent areas, Maharashtra and Gujarat, already I have made, except this. In Andhra, in Tamil, in UP, Punjab, Haryana, we also grow cotton. I repeat, in Andhra, that is here, in UP, even in Punjab, Haryana, Tamil, cotton is also grown. But agar question is about the prominent areas, we are supposed to elaborate only and only Maharashtra and Gujarat. Hanji, any doubt, beta ji? Any doubt? Cotton is clear to every one of you? Okay. Next, I am coming to next crop, that is jute. Now look at the map. Jute is a crop which is grown in eastern part of India, primarily West Bengal. Plain areas of West Bengal, jute is primarily grown, prominent state. So first we have jute. It is known as a golden fiber of India. Jute is known as a golden fiber of India. So many times we have discussed, and again I am telling you, it's known as golden, not because of its color, but basically we export jute to other countries of the world, and after exporting we earn lot and lot of foreign exchange. Because we earn lot and lot of foreign exchange, that's why jute is known as a golden fiber of India. Second, now look at the jute, look at the state, sorry, that is West Bengal. Tropic of Cancer is passing through it. It means what kind of climatic conditions are here? Tropical. Agar conditions are tropical, it means temperature requirement, that is automatically high. It requires high temperature during its growth. I repeat, jute is a crop which needs high temperature. Now again, nothing to cram, because Tropic of Cancer is passing through nearby that area. So automatically this area is best for the growth of jute. Temperature high is there, that is here. Second, not only high temperature, but it also require heavy rainfall, that is more than 200 centimeter, just like a rubber. As in the case of rubber, the rainfall requirement is more than 200 centimeter. In the same way, when we want to grow jute, rainfall requirement is more than 200 centimeter. And it requires, this jute requires alluvial soil, fertile soil, well-drained soil, and jute, we know very well, it is used for making number of products, maybe gunny bags, maybe ropes, maybe mats, maybe carpets, etc. But this industry is facing certain problem. Now, what type of problem this industry is facing? Particularly, jute industry is facing tough competition from synthetic fibers. Jute industry, I repeat, is facing tough competition from synthetic fiber. It means what people prefer to buy synthetic fibers as compared to jute products. So prominent areas, West Bengal, except West Bengal, the nearby state, Odisha, here also we grow jute. And the next prominent state, that is Bihar, Assam, here also we grow jute. Even in Bihar, we also grow jute. So prominent states, we can say West Bengal, Bihar, Odisha, even Meghalaya, we grow this jute. So I repeat about jute. First, it's known as a golden fiber of India. Second, it needs high temperature. Third, it needs very heavy rainfall, that is more than 200 centimeter. Then it requires well-drained alluvial soil. It is used to make various kind of product like mat, like carpet, like sacks, like ropes and all that. But this jute cultivation suffers a lot due to this competition from synthetic fibers, which is cheap as compared to jute. So that's why, just to elaborate this problem, government has made one policy that is known as National Jute Policy. Under National Jute Policy, government has given so and so many concessions, subsidies to the farmers, those who want to grow jute, so that they should get extra income. उनके prices fix किए हुए हैं. Government is encouraging this industry, and that's why this industry right now is gaining importance. So these all are the crops which we have done thoroughly, and I hope and I believe that all of you might have gone through all the crops, might have listened the whatever we discussed in the class, might have noticed the areas. And ऐसे areas नहीं बनाना है कि simple you have done the you have marked the areas, but side by side you are supposed to write down the name of the state also, like West Bengal is there, Odisha is there, Meghalaya is there, Assam is there, Bihar is there, right? So you're supposed to write down the areas with it. Hanji, any doubt? Related to all these crops, if you have any doubt, kindly ask. Any doubt? No doubt? I'm going to ask questions then. With each and every crop, whatever area you want to show, you are supposed to write down the name of the states. Name of the state is must for you to write down. If you won't write down, the answer would be useless. Okay, we have done all about the chapter agriculture. From my side, this chapter is over. We have discussed about technological institutional reforms. We have discussed about types of farming. We have discussed about cropping seasons. We have discussed about features of Indian agriculture. We have discussed the meaning of Indian agriculture. We have discussed the all maps we have done side by side. So from my side, if I say, yes, it is done from my side number of time, but yes, today, last time. If any doubt is there to any one of you, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Kindly think and ask, so that when you are preparing for your exam, you should not face any problem. Ki, ma'am, hame ye nahi pata lag raha. So such type of things should not occur. So I'm going to give you a few minutes, 2 minutes rather. Think and let me know.